After finish a series of jobs, have you thought of escaping from the city, enjoying the beauty of the nature? Hong Kong, being an international city, has a lot of landslide scrapers. However, it also offers a rich natural landscape, just a quick ride away from the city, but it always neglected. Are you crazy? Why do you bring us here so early? I'm not interested in these rocks.
Don't be so short-sighted. They are not only rock but also the natural gift. The Hong Kong Geopark is a very famous place.
How famous? Like Gangnam Style?
오빤 강남 스타일 강남 스타일 오빤 강남 스타일
No! As early as 100 years ago, the Hong Kong has started to develop different types of landscape. In order to protect the high-value natural landscape, Hong Kong Geopark comprises 8 geo areas.
Hong Kong Geopark comprises 8 geo areas: Double Haven, Tolo Channel, Port Island, Bluff Head, Tung Ping Chow, High Island, the Nine Pin Group, Sharp Island, and the Ong Kong Group.
Each area owns unique characteristics with the world-class geographical features. Hong Kong Geopark provides visitors a chance to truly experience the beauty of Hong Kong natural landscape, rather than providing one more tourist spot. Will you think any purpose of the Geopark?
The answer is simple. It's to protect precious geological heritage, to spread knowledge on earth science, and to promote sustainable social and economic development through geotourism. However, I don't think it meets its target of establishment.
Why?
Don't always ask me why. Find the answer by yourself. Let's start our journey.
Okay, let's go.
So, we are going to talk about the reasons why Geopark doesn't meet its purpose in the 3 aspects of sustainable development. Do you know what is the 3 aspects of sustainable development?
Of course! There's sustainability, development, and sustainable development. What? Why are you two staring at me?
Okay, let's ignore Francis.
Hey!
The 3 aspects of sustainable development are social, economic, and environmental aspects.
Yeah, and we are going to talk about the social aspects first.
As we said before, one of the main purposes is to enhance public science literacy. So, therefore, how the government values Geopark and the public awareness on it is very important. But how can the government raise public awareness on Geopark?
The government can raise public awareness simply by sufficient and effective promotion. According to the examination of estimate of expenditures from the Environment Bureau from 2010 to 2013, annual budget of $8 million has been approved for the promotion of Hong Kong National Geopark.
8 million? I can buy 1 million cans of Coke already!
It seems that the government has sufficient resources for the promotion of Geopark. However, according to a recent survey, 71 out of 100 interviewees haven't noticed the TV advertisement produced by government on promoting the Geopark in Hong Kong. And over 90% of the interviewees don't know there is a Geopark festival in Hong Kong, and they think Hong Kong has not done enough on the promotion of Geopark.
What? That means 8 million is a waste?
Well, According to the survey, the result of survey show that the advertisement produced by the government is not effective because it cannot successfully introduce the Hong Kong National Geopark to the local citizens, which means that this cannot help to raise the public awareness on Geopark and the public interest on science literacy. Hence, we think that the government should have more effective promotion, such as increase the frequency of advertisement.
There is another factor affecting the public awareness on Geopark.
Wait, I know the factors. Let me talk about it.
Okay, only if you promise you won't tell your boring jokes again.
But they're funny, aren't they?
Not at all!
Okay, whatever. I will talk about the factors and I promise I won't tell jokes again.
Deal! That's you then.
Yeah, it's my song. So, another factor that affects the public awareness on Geopark is the public consciousness of geoconservation. The public willingness on concerning the environmental issues and taking actions to protect the environment increases with the public consciousness of the geoconservation. However, the recent survey conducted shows the majority of the interviewees think that economic development and environmental protection cannot be implemented at the same time. This shows that nowadays the public consciousness of the geoconservation is still low, in which Hong Kong citizens still have a weak concern on sustainable economic, environmental and social development. They may still think that environmental protection can only be implemented after economic is well developed.
True, and this hindered the improvement of public environmental literacy.
And that's why the purpose of Geopark cannot be achieved when we look from social aspect.
Next, we are going to look into economic aspect. Hey, May and Patrick! Don't go.
Anyone knows what is the economic purpose of the Geopark?
Mate had already mentioned before. The answer is to promote sustainable social and economic development through ecotourism. But May, do you know whether the proposal is successful or not?
Before I answer you guys' question, can you tell me the determinant factors of Geopark?
Location? Quality of the Geopark?
No. It's the business value of the Geopark and its attractiveness to both overseas and local tourists. According to the examination of estimate of expenditure from Environment Bureaus from 2010 to 2013, there are 3 reasons why the Geopark cannot achieve its economic goal. For the first one, the annual number of visitors to the Geopark was 1.5 million, including both local and overseas tourists. However, the number of visitors mainly come from the overseas tourists, and the attractiveness of Geoparks to local citizens is not enough. For the second reason, over 75% of interviewees think that Geoparks cannot boost the Hong Kong economy. For the third one, majority of them will not choose to visit Geopark with their friends or parents in their future holiday.
Oh, it seems that the business value of Geopark is very low and more promotion is needed.
Yes, you are right. Eh? There is a hole over there. It must be something very interesting inside. Let's go together.
Okay.
Still remember today's focus? What is the purpose of today's field trip?
Of course, our focus today is the purpose of having the Geopark. And we have already talked about the social and economic aspect. How about the environmental aspect? Can the Geopark protect the geological heritage?
I think not. Let us look around first. Oh my god! How come there are so many rubbish? It will destroy the habitat of organisms living here.
Yes, I can see your point. There aren't any signs to remind the tourists, and the tourists may forget the importance to protect this kind of geological heritage. Also, there are not sufficient rubbish bins, and it is very inconvenient for us to throw our rubbish.
Yeah, From my point of view, the government should provide more rubbish bin. What is more, the government should provide more recycle bins so that the amount of rubbish can be minimized and reduced.
You have suggested some short-term measure only. In the long run, the government should educate the tourists and the citizens by setting up more signs throughout the site. Also, it should improve the hygiene and environmental management. It may recruit more workers to clean up the geoparks more frequently.
Oh no! It is quite disappointing to see some graffiti on rocks. Look! There are some people sitting on the rocks. It will definitely destroy the rocks. In fact, the rocks in geoparks are all historical volcanic rocks, and they have weak structures due to wave erosion and weathering. It is necessary for us to protect them.
To achieve the purpose of protecting the geological heritage, the government should put up some signs to remind the tourists. For instance, don't sit on the rocks or no gravity on the rocks to remind the tourists to reserve the geology.
Also, the government may propose penalties towards those who undermine the rock if the situation is too serious.
In fact, our government has underestimated the consequence of low public awareness of the geopark. To be honest, it will destroy the harmony of the natural heritage. In contrast, if the government does not take any immediate action to protect our natural heritage. Yes.
After we look at the purpose from different aspects, it seems that the purpose of the geopark can't be achieved.
The government should do something to achieve its goal.
But Hong Kong people do not concern much about the geopark.
Maybe it can develop it into short-term and long-term solution.
So an article. Can you elaborate more, Professor?
I know the short-term solution, and let me talk about it first. Advertisement is a must.
Oh, common sense.
No, the University of Hong Kong has already done the research for this topic, and nearly 70% of the interviewers think that advertisement and correlated TV program is the most effective way to promote geoconservation activities.
But the government has already made an advertisement on TV already.
Yes, however, the frequency of the advertisement is low and can't make a strong impression to the citizen. So, the government needs to increase the frequency of advertising videos shown on TV, like at the peak. Moreover, the government can try some new ways of advertising, like invite local celebrities, famous movie stars, or singers like Eason Chen or Zhou Yiyong, or the chief executive of Hong Kong government to visit the Geopark to enhance the public awareness of the Geopark.
Oh, it seems right. Do you have any long-term solution?
Definitely. For long term, it is related to the perception of citizens.
You mean to change people's way of thinking?
Yes. Nowadays, many Hong Kong citizens still think that economic development is more important than environmental protection. It is wrong perception. According to the survey conducted by the University of Hong Kong, over 80% of interviewees cannot speak out any geoconservation activities. You can see how low environmental awareness of the citizen is.
Maybe it is related to the education in Hong Kong. We know that there are only 3 subjects that mention about geoconservation.
What are the 3 subjects?
General studies in primary school, geography and liberal studies in secondary school. So, maybe the government can set up a new subject like economics to teach students a broader and deeper understanding in geoconservation and to enhance their awareness of environmental protection. Whoa, how come so many people don't know there is such a beautiful place in Hong Kong?
Can you sum up why it doesn't meet its purpose after this journey?
I think the main cause is lack of motion and low consciousness of the geoconservation.
Yes, apart from this, low business value and low demand of people, poor environment and inadequate resources are the main reasons which contribute to this situation.
Can we do something to help?
We cannot solve the problem simply by our own little effort. To make a better tomorrow, the government should spend more on promotion to attract more people to visit the geoparks and convey the message of environmental protections, which enhance sustainable development.
Education also is the most effective long-term solution to raise people environmental protection. Everyone can save the environment, depends on your action.
Landscape.
To protect our planet,
To save our future together.